Rogers Show. Starring Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, Trigger, his Golden Palomino, and Dale Evans, Queen of the West. With Pat Brady, his comical sidekick, and Roy's wonder dog, Bullet.
Johnny! Ghosts!
As I was saying, I went out to that old engine barrel ground to get me some of those moonstones like Rock Johnny was doing when he got plugged. Just as I drove up in Nellybelt is when I saw the ghost.
Pat, there's no such thing as a ghost.
And they don't shoot real bullets.
What I seen, I saw, and what I seen wasn't human.
Roy, what do you think it was?
From Pat's description, I'd say it was an Indian mask. Members of a secret lodge wore them. They call them the False Faces.
False faces?
Howdy, folks.
Mayor Kelly.
There?
Hi. Roy, what is this about Rock Johnny being shot by one of them false faces?
You know and I know that secret society is nothing but a bunch of renegade Indians.
There's no proof that that false face was worn by an Indian.
Now, look, Roy. Just because you're blood brother to the chief don't mean you have to stand up for him.
Nobody but an Indian could have wore that mask. They're the only ones that own them.
I'm afraid Councilman Horton is right, Mr. Rogers. In fact, I came here hoping to get a photograph of one of those masks to illustrate a book that I'm writing about the Indians of the Southwest.
Yeah, Professor Willings is an expert on archaeology. He ought to know.
You know an Indian killed Rock Johnny. And if you don't do something about it, the ranchers will take the law into their own hands.
They can't.
That'd mean an all-out scalping war.
There'll be no mob rule as long as I'm acting sheriff of Mineral County. If anybody wants to start trouble, tell them they can start with me.
Okay, Roy. I'll try to keep the boys quiet. But I'm warning you. You better find who killed Rock Johnny, and fast.
We seeing you, Miss Dale. You too, Professor.
Roy, if anyone takes a shot at those Indians, there will be trouble.
No one's going to take a shot at him if I can help it. Any help you can give me, Mr. Roger, will be greatly appreciated.
Hey, the Indians are on the warpath already.
Put those guns away.
Welcome, my brother. I have come to speak with Acting Sheriff Roy Rogers.
Chief Greyhawk is free to speak.
It has been long since my people have raised a hand against the white men. It is their wish to continue in that peace. But if our reservation is invaded, we will fight.
I'm going out and have another look at the old burial ground.
Not by yourself, you don't.
May I go along? I might get some material from my book. It's all right if you can ride. Pat, show me where you saw that false face.
It was right over there behind that bush.
Dale, you and Professor Willing better stay here. Pat and I'll have a look around.
Okay.
So that's the Indian burial ground.
Yes, it hasn't been used for years, but people say it's still haunted.
He riz up right over there, like to scare the daylights out of me.
Seven, you'll get hurt. Give me that gun.
Here, that's mine!
Howard, he's quitting cold.
Professor, you all right? I think so. Just wrenched my ankle. I'm sorry I spoiled your shot. If I hadn't stumbled, you'd have gotten those fellas.
Roy, were those awful masks the real false faces?
They sure were. I've seen them on the reservation.
Well, what's the idea of wearing them?
To hide their identity when they went out to kill. Pat, you and Dale take the professor back to town. I'm going to pay a call on Chief Greyhawk.
Right.
You come as a law, Mr. Rogers, or as my blood brother, Rising Sun?
I come as Rising Sun.
Welcome, my brother.
It's been a long time since I seen the wife of my brother, Dove Eyes.
Our hearts are as one, and the heart of my brother is troubled.
Yes, since the killing of Rock Johnny, there's been another gun battle in the old burial ground. The two men wore Indian masks, the Society of False Faces.
How could that be? Those masks have not been used for more than 40 years. My people ride no more in vengeance. I do not think the faces were worn by any of my braves.
Are you sure of that?
I will make sure.
Then I will wait until my brother sends me word. The two men who wore those false faces escaped on horses.
What kind of horses, my brother?
Indian ponies, Indian saddled.
Get back, Bullets. Don't spoil those tracks. They might put one of those false faces in jail. You go stay with Trigger. Go on. Somebody's been digging around here. I wonder why. What hit me, Bullet? A mountain or something? Professor Willie. Willing. Double-crossed. Double-crossed? Who, Willie? Who double-crossed you? Well, he's still alive.
Roy, a bunch of the ranchers are heading for the reservation, and the mayor and Val Horton are with them.
What? Listen, Pat, Willing's been shot. Take care of him. And here, hang on to that and don't let it out of your sight.
Now look here, Roy. We don't want to have any trouble. But those false faces have got to be stopped, and that's all there's to it.
Yeah, we heard about that fight you had with them, and Miss Dale, too. It's got so nobody's safe around here.
We're going to make it safe as of now. Don't try to stop us, Rogers.
Look, keeping the peace is my job, and I'm here to do it. Any of you want to argue about it?
Well, maybe we were a mite too hasty, Ben.
Well, I said all along that Roy ought to handle this.
In that case, we'll ride back to town together. Lead the way, Mayor, and I'll just trail along behind.
They're sure getting hostile. First thing you know, Roy, they'll be gunning for you.
Pat, what'd you do with that false face I gave you?
Oh, it's in the desk. Here it is. Roy, what are those faces supposed to represent?
They're the gods of wind, thunder, and lightning. They were originally worn by appointed men who were sent out to punish evildoers. But according to Indian belief, only the gods had the right to punish. So these faces were made to symbolize the gods. But what I can't understand is what the professor was doing with one of them and why he said he was double-crossed. He must be in on whatever game somebody's playing. But I haven't found any proof yet. Or have I?
What do you got there?
It's a diary. Written in 1889 by John Horace Pettibone. Here's a marked page, Pat. It says that Pettibone's brother was killed by one of the false faces.
Maybe that's why the professor's so interested in him.
Maybe.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna follow a hunch. This diary has given me an idea. Pat, put this suitcase back into the professor's room for me, will you?
Right.
I have spoken to my people as I promised, my brother, but they deny wearing any of the false faces. But 5 of the masks are gone. 2 were sold to museums when my father outlawed the secret society. 3 have disappeared. I suspect they were bought by traders.
And the ponies the 2 men rode?
Stolen.
Chief, what could be in this old burial ground that a man would be willing to kill for?
Nothing that I know of. My ancestors were buried here with their personal possessions. Tomahawks, robes, hunting spears. But such things would be of no value.
Well, maybe the old wise ones of your tribe would know.
I shall ask them, my brother.
Thank you, Greyhawk.
Same as you, trying to find what this is all about.
We decided to take a look at the spot where the professor was shot. Thought we might pick up a clue.
What do you got there?
You mean somebody buried that in the ground?
Pettibone wrote in his diary there was a great wealth buried here, but he didn't say what it was.
Well, there must be $1,000 in this crack.
Okay, Roy. Don't reach for your gun.
Well, have you gone loco?
He knows. He's got us dead to rights, Ben. You big dumbox. If you'd have blotted out our tracks like I told you to, he wouldn't have gotten onto us.
You forgot to fill up the holes you dug, too. That's what really gave me the idea to start looking. How did you know what to hunt for?
The professor told us. He said this place was filled with them old money jars.
Quit gabbing. Take his guns. We're gonna make this look like an accident.
That won't do any good. There's Professor Willing. He'll talk.
We'll take care of him. And this time it'll be permanent.
Well, I hope we can get Roy to go back to the house while the professor's still in the mood for talking.
Yeah. Look, a fight.
Roy caught the fella that shot Willie, but the sidekick got away. Pat, you help Roy. Me and Dale will go after the other fella. keep your mouth shut and get behind that wheel.
Wait a minute, Roy. That's the mayor. Him and Dale went after the other guy, the one that got away.
The mayor is the other guy, and Val Horton's in with him. Keep an eye on him and that money. It's legal evidence.
Wise old ones say that our people once hid their money in that burial ground to keep it from the Apache raiders.
Yes, I know. I found some of it. Now I follow the trail of the one who tried to steal it, and he's got Dale with him.
If they go by the road, there's a shortcut, my brother. What do we do now, my brother?
It isn't going to be easy with Dale in there, but I think I've got an idea.
Sit down. Now let him try to get in. Roy wants to see you again. He'll have to make terms with me.
Be careful, my brothers.
The spirits of our ancestors ride with us.
Thanks, Chief.
Now let's go pick up Val Horton.
1,902. 1,900 and...
Look here, Pat. Professor said some of those coins might be worth a fortune. And you and I could split 50-50.
Now where you're going. 1,900 and... Say, how much is one of them Spanish doubloons worth in American cash? Well, we finally found the treasure. Now who does it belong to? Or do we sort of split it up between us?
Oh, no, the treasure belongs to Chief Greyhawk.
Thanks to Roy, we'll be able to build a school where our children can learn the wisdom of the white men as well as the Indians.
Well, maybe sticking that money in the ground wasn't such a bad idea after all. What I can't understand is, why did they put it there? If they wanted to hide it from those Apache raiders, why didn't they just bury it in their own backyard?
Because no Indian would dare rob a sacred burial ground.
It was like putting money in the bank, only they forgot to take it out, until even the memory of it was almost lost.
But not by John Pettibone or Professor Willing, who learned about it from Pettibone's diary.
And if it hadn't have been for you, they'd have started an Indian war, which we'd have been in the middle of right now.
How did Willing get a hold of these masks?
He probably bought it from one of the traders.
But it was Val's idea of wearing them, scare people off while they dug for the treasure.
And it wasn't a very bright idea, because anyone who lies wears a false face. But like Ben and Val and the professor, he never gets away with it.
You know, I wonder how I'd look in one of these.
Hey, wait a minute. Come back here, boy. Don't be afraid. Hey, Trigger, don't be afraid. It's me. Come back here, Trigger. It's hot. Oh, please, it's hot. Don't you know me? Come on back here.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet